So this turned out to be a pretty big incident, okay? And you're just not going to be going home anytime soon, all right? There's a lot of stuff that needs to be found out.
On I-25, I'm coming from El Dorado, head on. There's 3 cars, maybe 4 cars involved. Will I know they're dead?
What just occurred was a horrific speed chase gone completely wrong. But as Officer Romero arrived to the sudden stop of the vehicle, he noticed someone running towards him that could potentially be the suspect.
Get out of the car right now! Let me see your hands! Where is he? Walk back to me! Walk back to me now! Come back, where is he?
He went that way!
What is he? Is he in the car?
No, he went that way!
You're okay. You're okay. I'm just going to talk to you, okay? What did he look?
This is 49-year-old Janine Jaramillo. She just survived a kidnapping that led to a fatal crash, killing 2 people. The officers arriving at the scene initially expected a routine car crash, but what sat before them would be far more twisted and disturbing than anyone could have imagined. And Janine was standing right in the middle of it all.
If this bitch was fucking lying too, and Duran died for nothing, fucking execute this chick.
On March 2nd, 2022, Santa Fe County Police Department received a 911 call from Janine, claiming her boyfriend kidnapped her at knife point. Police were convinced she was being held against her will and her life was in danger, or so she said. Minutes later, troopers spotted her white Malibu going on the wrong lane on Interstate 25. The chase lasts a mile before a head-on collision. 2 officers lost their lives, 5 vehicles were destroyed, and yet, somehow, Janine survived. But the man she claimed was holding the knife? He was nowhere to be found. Who was he, and where did he go? Officers were quickly dispatched to the scene, racing against time to piece together what had just unfolded. They found Sergeant Robert Duran, father of 2, and retired Las Vegas firefighter Frank Lovato, both. That's code for a confirmed fatality. When police first arrived at the scene, they encountered something strange. Only Janine was present, claiming her boyfriend had disappeared. This alarmed the officers, so they decided to question Janine. But what she revealed to officers would quickly transform this simple kidnapping case into one of the darkest and most disturbing mysteries Santa Fe County has ever dealt with.
322 is going to take our victim and get her immediate medical attention.
You're okay. You're okay. Go ahead and get in, okay? Okay. You in?
As Janine's shock wore off and the adrenaline left her body, the raw pain of her burns and injuries crashed in.
You're okay. You're okay. I'm just going to talk to you, okay? You're okay. You're okay.
He pulled gas on me.
Just relax there. I don't want you getting out in case we have to move, okay? You're okay. Just. I know you're afraid. What did he look like?
With Jeannie in safer hands, the officers shifted their focus on the next critical task, piecing together where the suspect had fled to. With Jeannie being the only witness, the officer did not spare any time. Every second now went to finding out who he was and where he fled.
What did he look like?
He's like kind of light skinned, and then he has a jacket, almost like mine, but
what color?
Black.
Okay.
It's thicker than mine, and he always has this hoodie. He has a beanie, a black beanie. He brought me to Santa Fe, and then I was just wanted to go back home. My kids.
He brought you to Santa Fe? Is that what you said?
He didn't want me to leave.
Was that your car?
No.
Whose car was that?
That's his car.
Okay. You guys were getting gas? Or how'd this happen?
No.
So what
He
happened?
put gas on me.
With the officer still confused, he suggested heading back to the station, but before they could wheel her out, Janine spoke up with a request.
I may take you back to the station, okay? Well, let me just make sure.
Can I see an ambulance?
My head's hurting.
Okay. What's hurting?
My head and everything. He hit me so many times in my head. And he hurt me and put gas on me.
Female's asking for an ambulance. You okay if I take her to St. Vincent?
Yes, that's fine. Please get a thorough debrief from her break.
At the hospital, the officer hovered over Jeannie, asking urgent questions, pushing for answers before she changed her story.
Come on out. Can you walk for me so we can walk in? Can you do that for me? Maybe you might need a wheelchair. I have a question for you. I need you to think about it, okay? Was he still in the vehicle when you got out? When the vehicle stopped, was he still in there? You remember?
I can't.
When the vehicle stopped, do you remember if he was still in there or not?
I don't.
While some officers stayed at the hospital questioning Jeanine, the second team arrived at the crash site. One side listened to her story, while the others searched the wreckage for proof to back it up. Back at the crash site, officers searched the wrecked car for any clue, hoping for a footprint, a torn thread, anything that might tell them who the suspect is and where he went.
Hey, you know what? Grab me a sled. Hurry up.
Not too far, don't
This one.
Yep.
Here, get that to Luke, bro.
But what the officers would find would be nothing that they expected. It seemed that the officers on scene had no luck, which meant the case would have to break somewhere else. Back in the ER, the officer with Jeannie thought he'd finally pieced the story together, at least for the moment.
Who is this guy to you? Is he a friend, boyfriend? What is he?
He's kind of not my boyfriend, but I knew him for a little bit.
So he's just a friend? So you guys kind of date from time to time?
Yeah.
Okay. What's his name?
Mark
Mark what?
Lopez.
Mark Lopez? How old is he? How old's Mark Lopez?
50.
He's 50?
Something, I don't know.
Somewhere around 50? Okay. What was he last wearing when you saw him?
Black.
Black?
Wait. I think you're red. Black jacket.
What Jeannie said here was crucial to the officers. She points to a 50-year-old Mark Lopez with a black and red jacket. This was the first and only lead the officers had. Jeanine added one last detail, and this was about to be their biggest clue yet, and turned the investigation upside down.
Do you know his friend's name?
Oh God.
It's okay. Don't.
I think it's Mike.
You
I think he said Mike.
Mike? So you wanted to go home today, but what's the reason for something had to have started between you two for you to want to go home? What's the reason you guys started arguing or?
Because he was gonna be mean to me. I don't know if we were talking.
Okay.
But he was just like being real mean, like his answers to me, like he was rude. Started to get real rude and just telling me that that he had a better girlfriend and weird. I told him I don't want to be with you, but no. And he started hitting me.
That's when it all started, when you said you didn't want to be with him, he started hitting you. And
I just want to go home.
how did you try pouring gas on you, like from where? Where did that come from? Where'd the gas come from?
He's a bit... I didn't have my socks on. He told me he was going to smoke a cigarette. And then he went out there and I was changing my clothes. Came and we had gas. And he had gas.
Gas where? Like, where did he get?
I don't know, in a gas can. He had a gas can. I fell asleep for a little while. And then he was Pouring the gas on me. He was pouring it on me. I smelled it. I woke up and he started hitting me because I was trying to get away.
Where were you sleeping at?
I just fell asleep in the seat.
In the car?
I just was resting my eyes and I just fell asleep for a little bit.
You were in the car though? Okay, is that where you were changing as well?
Yeah.
Okay, inside the car?
Yeah.
And you guys were parked at a gas station, right?
We were there by the apartment too, yes, sir.
But which apartment?
I don't know.
She mentioned the Malibu, stopped at a gas station minutes before the crash, enough for officers to divide the investigation. One team will run a canine track from the wreck. Another will rush to pull CCTV footage from the gas station. If Mark Lopez is out there, they'll know soon. I know finding true crime videos, which are not censored or all the best parts have been blurred, is near to impossible. But that's why I have built a Patreon, where all those who love to have a real true crime experience and adrenaline rushes can have it. I am not gonna lie, I do enjoy it myself, but most online spaces don't let us publish this to the public. So if you really want an unforgettable experience, check the link in my description. With the suspect still missing, officers call in the K9 unit, their best chance to catch his scent and follow his trail.
It looks like he climbed out that driver's side window, because that's the only window we didn't break that's completely fucking gone. We're gonna utilize one dog, one team, so that way each other dog's not picking up on.
This hasn't been searched either. There's been people telling like fuck in vehicles, but potentially you might want to think about splitting up your dogs, one side of the road, one the other. I don't know if that'll fuck them up or not, but that's an idea.
No. So that driver's side window's busted. We never touched it. So he went out that fucking window. It's like completely gone. The driver's side window's the only one we didn't touch. Front windshield's good. Driver's side passenger window, fucking primo. Back window and the passenger windows are the only things we fucked with that's damaged. Okay. And that other one's completely gone. So he had to go out that fucking. Because if you see his door, I don't think the door's gonna fucking open.
As the K9 team waited to deploy, detectives at the hospital would run a quick search and believed they found the man Jeanine described.
Is that Mark Lopez?
Yeah.
Is that him? Okay, there's... Okay, I'm gonna blow it up. Is that him? Is that Mark Lopez? Does that look like him?
Yeah.
Okay. Jeanine, you're pretty sure that's him, right? The picture I showed you? Jeanine. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
The detective notices Jeanine keeps holding back, maybe for a reason darker than anyone realizes.
She's staying there at his friend Mike's house, and she couldn't give me like her cards. I think she's just not willing to say. Almost part of me wants to think she doesn't want to tell us. I mean, she doesn't know what like any vehicles there. She doesn't know what the friend's name was. That's for Mike. She's just leaving a lot of stuff out, and so it's hard to get any information from her. But
something felt off for the officers. They realized the only way to uncover the truth was to dispatch a unit to retrieve the gas station's CCTV footage, evidence they believed could turn the entire case upside down. While the officers thought they were one step closer to finding the footage to confirm everything Jeannie said happened, the CCTV system jammed on them from the very start.
I was trying to put the camera back to watch the video and I couldn't do it. So I'm gonna try again. I already called another manager. Okay. So at what time?
11:07. Yeah, I guess that one. You could see that one. Because that shows mainly the whole parking lot, right?
Llámame video por favor porque mira, ya están aquí y le pongo que a las 11 y algo lo he dado y me manda nada más hasta la 1:35. Mira, search y luego mira la hora.
When the footage finally rolled, every camera angle misses him. No face, no trail. Only the Malibu caught pausing here minutes before the crash.
Okay, call Jared.
Right there, perfect.
But I think this is the one who crossed through this way. No?
I don't know, they're all wearing pretty much the same colors now.
No, this one has black and that one it's only gray.
So could we see where he goes? So see where he goes, yeah. See where he... what way he walks to. I think he does come from the gas pump. So.
Up there right now?
Well, now let's try and fit in the gas. This is the only. We have to eliminate the two. If not, all we have is the hood of the car
and it driving out.
Back at the hospital, detectives sat down for a second round of questions with Jeanine, which is now their only witness.
Hey, Janine. How are you doing? You in pain? Yeah? Okay. They take you, they do all your x-rays and everything already?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Detective Lopez, okay? I'm with the Santa Fe Police Department. I'm with our Property Crimes Division, okay? I'm gonna read you something real quick before I talk to you, okay? It's your advisor of your rights, okay? So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you. You have the right to consult with an attorney before we ask any questions and have them present during your questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided you at no cost. If you decide to answer any questions now without an attorney present, you still have the right to stop answering at any time, okay? Do you understand those rights?
Notice how detectives read her Miranda rights, a clear sign she's now a suspect, not just a witness. As the officers were starting to become suspicious of something.
Mark? Who's Mark?
The guy I was with, and then it was being mean, and he started hitting me. Where did he hit you? On my head.
On your head? With what was he hitting you with?
He was punching me, and then he had a knife.
Okay. Where was this hell at?
By his
friend's house? Do you know where that was? Was it a house? Was it an apartment? Was it?
It's like a
condo.
By houses.
It was houses. When he was hitting you, where were you at? Were you outside? Were you in the house? Were you?
I was in the car.
In the car? What kind of car was it? You don't know?
He's in my car.
Oh, it was in your car?
No, I don't have one.
Oh, okay.
It's a white one.
It was a white one? Did you know if it was Mark's car?
Yeah.
It was his? You've known him to drive it before? Who's Mark to you? Is he a friend? Is he...
I would go out with him sometimes.
Okay. So when he was hitting you in the car?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened after that?
I told him I want to go home.
Okay.
He didn't want to take me home. He didn't want to.
Okay.
And I told him I don't want to be with you. He got out. He was smoking a cigarette, and I was trying to change my clothes, and I was so tired, and I fell asleep a little bit. He started pouring some gasoline on me.
Okay. And the clothes you're wearing now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he told me he was gonna kill me. He was gonna hurt me.
Where was this at that he was pouring the gas on you?
It was by his friend.
By his friend's house? So he wasn't using a pump, he was using a gas canister, or?
Yeah.
After he poured the gas on you, what happened? How did you end up back in the car?
I was in the car.
Okay.
And he was like, and I smelled it, and I was waking up with him. And he told me he was gonna kill me or burn me. And then he said that I was not going anywhere, and I wanted to go home.
And where'd you end up from there?
Notice how she paused, searching for words, then stumbled through answers as she got tangled in a string of lies.
So from that point, you said he poured the gas on you, ma'am, and you guys left. How did you end up here in the hospital? Where's the time frame from there to there? We know you got in a pursuit with our officer, so in that time frame, what happened in that time frame, ma'am? Do you remember any of that?
He was hitting.
He was
running from the cops. He told me he was gonna kill me for sure. He said, "You're gonna die. I'm gonna kill you for sure. Look at what you did to me." He was telling me, bitch, and it was.
Okay. So the car finally comes to a stop, right? Because we came up to you. So what happened there? Where did he go from there?
Oh, I don't know. I can't see that good still. I can't see, but I don't know. I was trying to get out. I thought I was gonna blow up with the car burning. I saw glass. I heard windows breaking. We wrecked. Oh God.
You didn't see where he went after you wrecked?
No.
How long have you known him for?
Oh God. 2 or 4 months, so like not that long, and he was gonna.
Do you know if he has family in Santa Fe?
No,
No, he doesn't?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? You've only known him for 4 to 6 months? But no family that you know, you just a friend that you don't know the address?
He told me that he lived in Santa Fe. I don't know.
Oh, he said he lived in Santa Fe?
Yeah.
How long have you been in Santa Fe?
And the one night.
So you came here yesterday? And you've been with Mark the entire time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did you guys stay the night?
At his friend.
At his friend's house? Did you sleep in the car or in the house?
We just stayed in the car because his girlfriend. I was so upset with him because he got out, but I'm pretty sure those 2 guys were doing drugs, and he was being real awful with me, and he scared me.
I heard something about a gas station. Were you guys ever at a gas station?
Yeah, we went to the gas station, and
Was the gas station close to the friend's house?
Oh yeah.
Was there any other businesses around there?
Anything you recognized?
This apartment.
So where were you at? Were you outside the vehicle then?
No.
No, you're still inside? Were you in the driver's seat
He
or the
didn't
passenger seat?
He didn't let me get out. He didn't let me.
Were you in the driver's seat or the passenger seat, ma'am?
I scooted over to the driver's side because I was just trying to get out, and he went around the car.
She then suddenly claimed she was the one behind the wheel, adding yet another twist to her story.
I was just trying to get out, and he went around the car. So I went to.
So at the gas station?
I was trying to move, yeah.
At the gas station, you got into the driver's seat? Okay.
I wanted to just get out.
So he was in the passenger seat? Yeah?
He hit me, and he told me don't ever do that again because I was trying to get away. He told me he's gonna kill me.
Okay. Was he in the passenger side the entire time?
After the gas station?
Can't remember. I can't see.
When you got into the crash, what position were you in?
Were you still in the driver's seat?
She finally said she drove off from the gas station, but if a knife-wielding passenger existed, when could he have switched seats with her? Detectives were more confused than ever. Detectives figured the real story will surface soon. Was there a suspect at all? Or is Janine hiding something bigger?
I can't see.
Okay. Was he still with you whenever you got into the crash?
He was there, yes. He's in the car.
He was in the car? What position of the seat was he in though?
I don't remember.
I don't know. Were you guys...
He was driving.
Well, we're all here with you right now, Janine.
Yeah, you have 3 officers with you.
And he probably doesn't even know that we're here.
He's not arrested?
We're trying to, we're on a completely different side of this. When you were at the Friends, were there any narcotics being used or?
Yes, I know he was using it. I saw him and his friend.
Have you been using any?
No.
No? No type of, nothing?
No. I didn't use nothing. I didn't do nothing.
Have you ever used narcotics in the past?
Years ago.
Years ago? What did you use?
Meth.
Meth?
Meth and alcohol.
And so you keep saying that you kept falling asleep. Are you taking any medication that was making you fall asleep? Because you said you were asleep whenever the gas was being poured on you.
Well, yeah, I woke up and he was doing that.
When did you guys, so you got in the driver's seat at the gas station, ma'am. You left from there. At what point did you guys switch seats then? If you're saying that he was in the driver's seat when you crashed. Or you don't know what seat he was in, but he was driving. You said. But at what point did you guys switch seats then?
The gas station, I wanted to get away. I wanted to get away. And I went over and I was when the car stopped. The car stopped because we crashed. And I saw glass and windows. Oh God! And then we had to get out the window. I had to crawl out. He saw the cops and he got mad at me and he was gonna hit me with the gun. He was gonna shoot me. He wanted to kill me with it.
And when you saw the cops, were you driving at that point or was he?
He was driving.
Jeanine dropped one more detail, and a detective started to notice a tiny clue that could tear her whole kidnapping story wide open. News about crime could be hard to find, but that's why we created a free newsletter. Link in the description.
She's on something.
You still feel like you can't see very well?
You see anything on her?
Okay.
I can't see right now.
Jameson's gonna come back and put some
So she'll let you.
When Jeanine admitted she used meth, the second officer stepped out to look for proof to see if he could find any signs that would indicate that claim.
Use the lens. We're gonna look in your eyes and make sure that there's no particles in there. You didn't scrape your lens. And then we're gonna get some normal saline and flush out your eyes, okay?
He wrecked them, and he told me that he's gonna kill me, and he didn't care. He said, we're both gonna die, I'm gonna kill you.
Was that pretty?
Then the officer spotted one more tiny detail, something that could have turned the entire case against Jeanine.
Because she puts herself in the driver's seat, and that's when she stops. Like, she was like, she couldn't tell me when he picked up again. Yeah, she just put herself in the driver's seat when they left the gas station.
Or when they left the house. She did both. But she was driving.
Which is good.
Unless, because I saw her before
Before they gave it to her, yeah.
and she was acting the same.
The same way. Okay.
Because what time did we get here? We got here.
Early. Like, we were right here when
Yeah.
she, I think. Hey, so all we have right now is tried to interview her again. She's giving, I guess, the same, more or less the same statement she gave the officer, but she did say she did put herself in the driver's seat at one point of that car. So she said that she said they were at a friend's house, which she doesn't know where, but it was probably an apartment, she thinks. She says she got into a code 20 with this dude that she used to date, who she named as that, the guy we all know, that she identified. I guess from there, she said he poured gas on her out of a gas can, because I said, was it at the gas station? And she said, no, out of a gas can. She said, it woke me up because I was in and out. She goes, then we ended up at a gas station. At the gas station is when I saw a male, and I waved him down saying, hey, this guy's trying to hurt me. Can you call the police? She said he was outside the car at the time. So she then hopped into the driver's seat. And then from when she says she gets in the driver's seat and he gets into the car again, they left. She just said police were chasing us. And then we pressed her on that of like, hey, so you said you were in the driver's seat last. When did you guys switch seats or whatever? If he was, because she said when they crashed out, he was in the driver's seat, that he was driving. Exactly. And I asked, when did you? Yeah, and I asked her, when did you guys switch seats? She couldn't tell me. She just was like, oh, blah, 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 and starts going into her mumbling. But she's been acting like this since we've shown up, yeah.
It was now clear Jeanine had been smoking blue pills, in other words, street fentanyl, before the deadly crash.
I can't get a last name, but she's saying friends Matthew, girlfriend's Veronica, and they were smoking blue pills and foil, so they're doing fentanyl.
Yeah.
And that's what started, and then they probably started arguing because Matthew wanted them to leave because girlfriend. So Matthew and Veronica's the name I have right now for his friends. I don't know if that'll help at all, but Matthew and Veronica are the friends she's saying. Yeah, they're dating. Matthew and Veronica. That's friends of Mark. And Mark and Matthew were smoking weed. Sounds like fentanyl, which makes sense why he was freaking being so crazy.
Well, she came in the same way too, right?
Well, a little bit, but it's kind of hard with being involved in a crash and all that. It's kind of hard to say for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, for the injuries.
I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Back at the crash site, officers stood around empty-handed. No clues, no suspect, nothing to chase. Even the officers on scene pointed out it could only be one thing.
This bitch was fucking lying too, and Miranda died for nothing. Fucking execute this chick.
With no suspect found at the crash site, the detective back in the hospital began to doubt the whole story.
I don't know how long they want us to stay here with her. Yeah, or, I mean.
We're all in that same boat.
Okay.
So at this point, I don't know if anybody's actually seen the mail.
Well, we got a picture. She said it was him, so did you get a picture of it?
No.
Officers no longer believed Jeanine. We can see this through the clear hand gestures and clear body language, with no CCTV proof, no scene clues, and Jeanine's story falling apart. Officers decide they have only one option: take her to the station for questioning.
Okay, ma'am. Actually, they're gonna discharge you here in a little bit. I'm just letting you know what's going on.
Okay.
You can put your shoes on if you want, or you can walk out like that. But we are going to take you to the station. They need to talk to you, okay? So this turned out to be a pretty big incident, okay? And you're just not going to be going home anytime soon, all right? So there's a lot of stuff that needs to be found out.
During her interrogation at the station, we were able to find out that Jeannie admitted to everything once she was interviewed. She also admitted that she was never with anyone else. She was in the car alone the whole time, and the suspect was her all along. Playing victim, she was high of fentanyl that made her act the way she did.
I'm trying to figure out what to do. I'm going crazy, all right?
Jeannie was sentenced to spend 60 years behind bars for lying to police and causing a deadly crash.
To the family, with all my heart. If I could take back that day, I would. I made bad choices. I was on drugs and I was drinking, but I also have my family that I'm hurting. Putting me away many years is not going to bring them back. God knows. I deserve a second chance, Your Honor, please. For my family and myself, I would never do that. I would never cause harm.
Once again, my Patreon and free newsletter is in the description.